Okay, so in this video, we're going to take a look at how the convert to freeform process works. And as you can see here, we have this static slide, and now we want to reframe this slide as a question. So in other words, we want to ask our learners to sort these body postures based on whether or not they are correct or incorrect. So here's how the process works. The first thing that I will do is to duplicate this slide because I don't want to lose the content that I already have up here. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right click and I'll just click duplicate, and that duplicates that slide. So in the in a actual learning environment, say maybe what you would like to accomplish is you have your learners review this content, they go through this content, and then on the next slide, maybe you just want to kind of give them a little bit of like a knowledge check. It helps to use kind of like a free form question in that sense. So that's what we're trying to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just make a few changes to this slide. And so really the first thing that I would do here is I would maybe come to this little text object here. I'm going to just get rid of some of this content because they would have already seen that in the previous slide, right? So maybe I'll just call this correct posture, and I'll do the same thing for this. I'll get rid of all that and I'll call that incorrect posture, right? Okay, great. And also all of these items, these are going to be my drag items right here. So what I'll do is I'll just move all these up here. I'll move all these up here, and I'll take this text object and I'm going to just move it down here. Okay, maybe we can move this little, because we want the learners to actually drag and drop. We want them to drag and drop the images onto sort of like this white line segment here. Okay, all right, so that's really what we want. So I'm going to do that. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll move this down here and I'll move these up here. Okay, I'll move this up a little bit and I'll just take that and put the label right there. Okay, all right, so that's already looking good. So let me just adjust the position a little bit more. Okay, good. Great. So the next thing we want to do is we want to just provide some sort of instructive text. So I'll just come up here and I'll just take all that out and I'll just say sort. Okay, so we have that instructive text. And so at this point, there really is no programming or anything happening here. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add that right now. So we'll convert this freeform. We're going to convert this static slide into a freeform slide. And we do that by going up to the Insert tab, click on that, click on Convert to Freeform. So here you can see that we have all of these options. What we want is the drag and drop option. So you want to select that and you want to click OK. So when we do this, we're taken into the form view. Now, the form view is just a view that allows you to select the draggable objects or the drag items and the drop targets. And so the drop targets is, of course, where your drag items will be dropped. So let's go ahead and make those selections. I'm going to click here, and you'll notice to the right that as I'm moving my mouse over each object, you can see to the right the sort of red highlight indicating which one is selected. So that really is pretty cool. It helps with easily identifying what your drag items are and what your drop targets are. So that's very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and just select the first one. Okay, so actually let's go ahead and select. Let's identify all of our drag items first. So select that one. So I'm just basically selecting all the drag items. Oh, wait a minute. I think I selected. So this right here is not a drag item. This would be a drop target. So I don't want that. And also my number 8 is also not a drag item. So I don't want that. So what I'll do is I'll just select none right there. So but looks like we have all of our drag items here on the slide. So that looks good. All right. So now what I now need to do is I now need to identify where each will be added to. So for picture 2, so picture 2 is that one. That is a correct body posture. So I'm just going to add that into right there. Because remember, this, if I move this a little bit, it might be easier to see. So you can see here we have correct, right? So I'm going to move that. I'm going to match that up to the drop target. This next one, picture 3, is also a correct posture. So I'm going to match that to picture 9. Picture 1 is a correct posture as well. So I'm going to match that up to this. So I'll do the same thing for picture 4. So picture 4 is an incorrect one. So that would be matched to that image. Picture 5 is also incorrect. It just says it's also incorrect. Okay, so pretty much all of that has been matched up now. So if we go ahead and test this out, this is how it's going to look. So that's the first slide. And then if I go next, now we're at this slide. The instruction is to sort the body postures below by dragging them to the correct position. So if I take this, let's say I put this here, and I take this one, if I just do it incorrectly, all right, and if I do that, it says incorrect, okay? But one thing you'll notice is that as I drop them on to the drop targets, they seem to like snap into place. I don't want that, so I'll show you how we can change that to make it sort of free floating. So let's go ahead and close this preview, and let's to address the whole snapping into place issue. Let's go here to drag and drop options. I'm going to click that, and you can see when we drop the drag items onto the drop targets, it's snapping because this is checked, right? Because this says stack randomly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click this drop down and we're going to select free. All right. And this would allow us to be able to drag the items, just freely position it onto the drop targets. Okay. So now if we preview it again, this is what it looks like. You know, make sure that it's properly positioned within on the drop target. So let's just make sure that we have it right here. So we can try that again. Okay. All right. So now it actually is correct. So everything looks good. And really that's how easy it is to, work from static slides and then quickly reframe them and convert them into an interactive drag and drop using storylines, convert to free form.